Hello guys again. We're gonna start the four partial science 6th grade on topic 8. We're gonna talk about the plate tectonics. Okay, we're gonna move on page 330, lesson 1, evidence of the plate motions. Okay, in the beginning of the lesson we have a vocabulary. In this case you have different words. You have 4 words, and you have one academic vocabulary. In this case, hypothesis. Next page, we're gonna talk about hypothesis of continental drift. In this part, guys, in the end, on the first paragraph, you had to underline from the name of the meteorologist Alfred Wegener until continental drift. All these 1, 2, 3, 4 lines you had to underline. Okay, in the second paragraph, underline just the year. In 1915, the meteorologist Wegener published The Region of Continents and Oceans. Underline on that part. Continue underlining. The book connect clues from the study of land features until, you had to underline until today. That's in the second paragraph on page 331. Okay, in this page, guys, you have a small activity. Okay, pieces of the puzzle. In figure 1, you have the Earth over here. The scientists wonder whether the continent's coastlines seem to fit like zigzag puzzle pieces because they have once been joined together. In this case, I will give you the answer. You have to make the lines from one continent to the other continent. You see in the video. Okay, we're gonna move. Next page. In this page, we're gonna talk about the 3 different evidence of the plate motion. Okay, the first one, evidence on page 332, evidence from the land features. Over here, guys, you have to underline just the mountain ridge and the coast deposit. Underline that these 2 things over here, guys. In the second evidence for the plate motion, we have the evidence from the fossils. In this case, just underline Mesosaurus, okay? Was a reptile that lived in fresh water until American and Africa point, okay? Over here in this page, you have another activity. Interpret visual, present day Indian in South Asia. You have to use this key concept, okay, and take a look at the map around the world, okay, to complete this activity. Next page, in 333, we have the last evidence of the plate motion from the climate, okay. Over here you have the first reading check. Complete the reading check. First, you have to read carefully each question. In this case, the first reading check of the lesson is, what is the general pattern in the evidence that supports the hypothesis of continental drift? Okay, if you don't remember, guys, you had to read it again, the back pages, okay? The first, second, and third evidence of the plate motion to complete this reading check activity. Okay, we're gonna move. Next page, we're gonna continue talk about the mid-ocean ridge. In this case, in the middle of the paragraph, you have to underline just what means oceanography. Is the study of Earth, ocean. Just underline that part. Okay. In the second paragraph, you have another definition in the vocabulary. Remember, mid-ocean ridge. Underline this definition. In this case, mid-ocean ridge is kind of zipper like change of undersea mountains called mid-ocean ridge. Okay, underline that part, please. Okay, over here in this map around the world, you have the different ridge about the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, for example, Atlantic Ocean, and you will see another ridges about the plate motion, the lesson. Okay, next page, we are on page 335. we had to talk about the seafloor is spreading. In this case, the seafloor is spreading. We have a model over here to describe some specific evidence of the sea floor is spreading. For example, on the ocean surface, on the top of the ocean, then on the floor we have a different part on the floor. For example, we have oceanic crust, the mantle, and there's the next two you have to find in the text, in the back pages, guys, to underline. Or maybe you find the answer in page 335 in the seafloor is spreading. Over here you have to read all this paragraph to underline or to complete this this model about the seafloor is spreading. Over here, guys, you have another definition. Please underline the definition. In this case, seafloor is spreading is a molten rock flow up through a crack in earth crust and harnessed into a solid strip of new rock of both sides of rock or crack. Underline until the point. The definition. Okay, you have the second reading check on page 335. Complete, read carefully the question in the reading check, and then completed the activity. Okay, we're gonna move. Next part, you have the ocean trenches. You have a model over here. You have to complete the 3 spaces over here to read the ocean trenches. Then you have to complete the activity. Okay, over here you have 2 definitions about the vocabulary or academic vocabulary. Okay, in this case, underline the definition: subduction and ocean trenches. Okay, subduction, this is the beginning to underline it until part of the ocean. Underline this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay, underline all these 5 lines. Okay, next part, the process of subduction. Okay, over here, guys, in the last part of the paragraph, you have to underline. It's this process can produce volcanic eruption at the surface. Remember, we talk about the plate motion. Underline until the point, until at the surface. Okay, we're gonna continue underline. If the oceanic crust meets continental crust, underline, guys, until volcanic island. So you have to underline the last 4 lines of the paragraph of the process subduction. Okay, that's on page 336. Next part, 337. Over here you have subduction and the ocean. Over here underline, from the beginning, an ocean basin can have a spreading until over here, a spreading reach. You have to underline the first 3 lines on the first paragraph. Okay, then we're gonna have the last reading check point of the lesson. Again, read carefully the question and answer that activity. Okay, and the last part, that's on page 337. And the last part, guys, you have to finish to complete the activity. In this case, you have the lesson 1 check. Okay, remember, you had to complete number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So you had to complete all the lesson check. All this activity, guys, I'm gonna check on Tuesday. Remember, take a look at Renwet. I will send to you guys the homework sheet. Over there you will find all the activity you had to do in the first lesson on the 4 partial for science in 6th grade. Okay, I think you're trying to work on the activity, guys, and we'll see you around.